Charlie, Kaya, Lauren, Olivia, Tom, and his son. We are gonna presenting about positive punishment. So first of all, the definition. Positive refers to an added stimulus. Punishment refers to the effect of decreasing behavior. Positive punishment is a negative response to an action or behavior. If the presentation of the punishing stimulus has the effect of decreasing the behavior it follows, then positive punishment has occurred. First, Didier was one of the pioneers of the idea of punishment.
Positive punishment is a very broad category, and there are many factors that affect the outcome of punishment. Skinner identified that an immediate addition of the stimulus following the undesired behavior results in stronger change in behavior than if it is a delayed stimulus. Consistent effort in applying the stimulus after the behavior is more effective than sporadically applied stimuli. Punishment also only decreases in undesired behavior. It doesn't necessarily help replace the behavior with a more desired response. Skinner also noted that a lot of the behavior changes are often temporary once the threat of punishment is removed, so it will not produce an unconditional change in behavior in most cases. Think about how these factors might come into play as we talk about some examples of positive punishment. Here we have a quick overview of the different types of operant conditionings. We've specifically highlighted positive and negative punishment to briefly talk about the difference. Positive punishment involves adding a negative stimulus to the person to enact change in behavior, while negative punishment involves removal of a positive stimulus to enact change in behavior. So an example of positive punishment or negative punishment might be taking away markers from a grade school class to stop them from sniffing markers.
All right, so we're going to be talking about a quick example here. So the first one we're going to be talking about is from Home Alone back in 1990. So I'll skip ahead a little bit in this because not all this video is necessary. So for context, so pizza time, and so what ends up happening is Kevin, who's the main protagonist of the story, does not get the pizza he wants, and
what you did, you little jerk.
He makes a mess. So watch the punishment ensue. Positive punishment, I should say.
Kevin, get upstairs right now.
Why?
Kevin, you're such a disease.
Shut up.
Kevin, upstairs.
Good night, Kevin.
Good night, Kevin.
So as you can see from that clip, Kevin is not necessarily the best kid at this point in the movie. And he was arguing with his parents and his family, and he made a mess. So he got punished, and he was sent to his room. And then, of course, he was also criticized by everyone else in his family, by the dirty looks and his uncle. So the change in behavior is a little bit of a spoiler if you haven't seen the movie. Recommend it, though. Is Kevin is less of a bratty kid at the end of the movie. He comes to appreciate his family more, and he straightens out some of his behavior. And if you are interested in watching a clip, it's down at the bottom there.
Okay, so another pop culture example is the James Charles scandal from the summer of 2019. So James Charles is a social media influencer. His initial behavior was that he was caught harassing his server at a birthday dinner celebration of a close friend. Accounts of this interaction went viral and resulted in several public consequences. So the biggest example of positive punishment and the negative stimulus in this case was that several fans used social media to publicly criticize Charles and his actions. In this case, there were also examples of negative punishment, including the loss of about 3 million subscribers, including big-name celebrities such as Miley Cyrus and Shawn Mendes, and a mass return of his limited edition makeup palette, which decreased his profits in the makeup industry. As a result of these consequences, the change in behavior was that Charles posted a public apology video listing ways that he would like to change his behavior to earn back the trust of his fan base, and he also vows to treat his servers with more respect in the future. Just for another simple personal example of positive punishment could be that a student is not completing their homework and then they get sent to study hall because they have not completed their work. So the negative stimulus obviously being getting sent to study hall, which is a big inconvenience. And so the change in the behavior due to receiving this negative stimulus would be the student completing their homework in a timely manner in the future. So to conclude, we have used several pop culture references to illustrate the concept of positive punishment, which again is the implementation of a negative stimulus after an unwanted behavior to cause a change and improvement of behavior in the future.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone.